Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kate. I am a wife and I am a mom of 2.5-year-old Olivia Joy and almost 3-month-old Eden Elizabeth. She's actually right here in the bouncy chair and she's bouncing my camera a little bit. So hopefully that is not too distracting for you. Hi, you want to come down and say hi? Huh? I'll show you. Here she is. Say hi, Bubbles. She's very drooly and bubbly, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Okay, so as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be giving you a recap of the past 3 months, and I'm going to do a few categories for you. I really haven't posted since Eden's birth video, so this is going to give you an overview of what's been going on for the past 3 months, and I'm hoping to get more regular with YouTube starting now. So the categories I'm going to talk to you about are my body's recovery, nursing, bonding, how big sister Olivia has been doing, and how our marriage has handled baby number 2. So, sorry, I'm looking at my computer for my notes. So, as far as my body's recovery has gone, it's actually gone really well. I healed super fast and felt great just a few days after giving birth. I think a lot of that is because about 3 months before giving birth to Eden, I started eating pro-metabolically. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I talk about this all the time. If not, I definitely need to do like a full video on it, but I changed a bit. My husband and I changed how we were eating, changed some of the supplements that we were taking, started taking beef liver instead of a prenatal. And I really think it made a huge difference in my recovery. Also, I think just having the baby at home was helpful as well, and possibly even it being my second time being pregnant was helpful. But my body did heal really fast. I did have a straight like laceration, a tear, because of how quickly Eden came out. And instead of getting stitches, my midwife actually told me to wet seaweed and like put it on the tear, because the seaweed would bind and help my skin to like heal and go back together. And it was super easy. And I actually healed better than I did when I tore with Olivia and got stitches. I think red raspberry leaf tea also really helped my uterus to contract back down and my bleeding to stop after just a few weeks. Really, it wasn't long at all. And there really was only like a day or two of heavy bleeding, and then it was pretty light. I do want to talk more about pro-metabolically eating and supporting my metabolism, but that will be for a later video. But overall, I feel like my body is back to normal. I'm actually planning to start working out this upcoming week. I've given myself 3 months, and I really think that my body is ready for it. So I'm excited for that. Nursing, my little nursling. Nursing is now one of my favorite parts of the day, but it wasn't always. I had to use a shield when I was nursing with Olivia, and this time I was determined not to. And that meant the first few days it was a struggle to latch, especially once my milk came in. It was just a struggle. I actually did send Andrew out to get a shield, and I used it just to start the latch for like 10 seconds until my nipple was like pulled out enough, because when you're engorged and you have so much milk, the nipple can actually be really hard for the baby to grasp, because it's kind of like trying to get their mouth on a basketball. So that helped her latch for just a few days of engorgement. I almost had mastitis twice. I got like feverish and achy, but I used Epsom salt, baking soda, and apple cider vinegar mixed with warm water in the haka, and it cleared it out both times, thank God. Yeah. We did see a lactation consultant about her having a tongue tie and a lip tie. That led us first to chiropractic care, which has been so good for her, and she's a very happy baby. I think in large part due to being loosened up in chiropractic care and not carrying any tightness. And then we went and saw a dentist about 5 to 6 weeks after we started chiropractic care, and she did confirm that she does have a pretty significant tongue tie, but there's no revision necessary, thank God, because she's nursing well, she's gaining weight, and I think that chiropractic care has allowed those things to be possible without needing to do the revision, which I really didn't want to do unless necessary. So I'm happy about that. She's eating really well during the day. She eats about every 2 to 3 hours still, but she only gets up about once per night. So she goes to bed between like 8 and 9, I would say, every night. Gets up usually around like between 3 and 5, and then sleeps past 7. So we're doing really well at night, which is great. Bonding with baby. So I've been doing a lot of baby wearing, which has been great. She naps pretty much in the wrap almost exclusively, or in the rocking chair with us. We have tried to do some crib naps, but she doesn't do super well in the crib during the daytime. We did a little bit of co-sleeping in the beginning when it was necessary. Like, she just couldn't get settled. She couldn't lay down. She slept with us a few times, not too much. She was, yeah. What do you want to say? Yeah. She's very social and she loves to communicate. Like, she says a lot to me, and she really communicates her needs really well, which is so interesting because obviously she doesn't have words, but she's just a delight. That's what I wrote. Eden, her name, means delight in Hebrew, and she is such a delight. I think she's actually going through her 3-month growth spurt right now, so she's been a bit crankier today than normal, but still she's so delightful. Next is big sister. So it was this huge struggle at first, and it was in a way that I didn't anticipate. She actually, I think Eden was 4 days old, and Olivia said that she heard noises in her room at night and she freaked out. Like, I mean, I've never seen her so scared before. Just extreme fear. We slept on the floor with her. My husband actually one night slept in the crib with her. Now she has this new thing where she wants us to protect her back. I don't really know what that means, but basically lay our hand on her back before we leave and pray over her. But it was really tough. She missed a few naps because she just couldn't be in her crib. And that was really, really tough. She always wants me, and that's pretty typical, but it's gotten a little bit more extreme. I do try to give her quality time every day so that she feels like her cup is full. She's definitely gotten better at independent play because she's had to, but I try to still give her quality time. One parent now just does bedtime with her instead of all 4 of us trying to be in there, and it gets a little bit scattered. One parent is with Eden, one parent is with Olivia, so she gets that one-on-one attention right before bed, and we don't try to make it this like family affair where both parents are in there, because that also means Eden has to be in there and Olivia just isn't getting quality time before bed then. She loves her baby sister though. She's always saying, the baby's so cute, the baby's so cute. And she wants to hold her. She wants to lay next to her. She giggles and laughs whenever Eden touches her hair. She gets so excited for Eden's milestones and loves to like laugh and cheer for her and say, look, the baby's doing this, or the baby's holding the toy, or whatever. The other thing she does now is she asks for what she needs. Like, she asks, yeah, she asks for help, and she asks me to play with her a lot. Like, can you color with me? Can you play with me? Can you help me? So instead of just crying or throwing a tantrum or like having an attitude, which of course those things happen too, she's a toddler, but I'm really happy that she does just ask for what she needs. And it makes it good that she can communicate her needs to us, and she knows, like, I want to play with mommy, and I'm going to ask her to play with me instead of just like throwing a tantrum. Last but not least is marriage. So I don't know if any of you have been through this with baby number 1, where your marriage is just kind of like rocked a little bit because it's a huge shock to add a baby to your family. This time around, it has not been as much of a shock, even though it's been a lot harder to add Eden, I would say, to our family, just because having 2 kids is a lot harder than 1. But I think we've been prepared for it. We've kind of been through this before, and we have been communicating a lot better, just saying like, I'm stressed out right now, or I can't do this, or I need time for myself for a minute. If one of us is having a hard time, usually the other person isn't, or we can at least pull it together. So that's been good. And then we've just been taking turns more and sharing the load more to avoid resentment. And I think that's a really big one. I think resentment can creep up really easily when you have young kids, because you can feel like I'm the one who has it worse off right now with whatever my task is, and you have the easier task, and I resent you for not helping me with my task or whatever. I think we both kind of have established what our roles are within the home and what we kind of take care of, and it feels fair, and I think that that's important. We were pregnant with Olivia 3 months after we got married, so we hadn't even really established our married life yet before we were pregnant. So it was that added to the shock. But I think we're doing better this time around, and I'm thankful for that. And yeah, that pretty much concludes the recap of the past 3 months, I would say. I'm sure that there are things that I haven't completely covered because I didn't want to make this video too long, but if you have any questions about how things have gone the first 3 months, either with my recovery or with Eden or with Big Sister or with marriage or a different category, please let me know down in the comments. You can also connect with me over on Instagram. I love connecting with you guys, and you guys also give me lots of ideas for videos, like new content. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you are doing. I haven't seen you guys. If you're not following me on Instagram, I haven't talked to you in like 3 months. So drop down and say hi. Of course, I look forward to being here more now. The videos won't be super edited. They'll just kind of be like either sit down chats or some unedited day in the life type stuff, because I just don't have time to be editing that much. But I wanted to sit down and get a chance to talk to you all and show you Eden now that she's almost a big 3-month-old. Oh, she's not looking at the camera. There we go, kind of, sort of. Hope you guys are doing well, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.